Welcome to Module 4, AEO Question Research. In this module, we'll learn how to find the right kinds of questions that AI tools, like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Perplexity, often answer. These are the questions your brand should show up in. In this lesson, you'll learn three main things. First, what a valuable question means in AEO, and how the right question helps your brand show up in AI answers. Second, how to tell the difference between vague, low-value questions and clear, high-value ones that AIs understand. Finally, why AIs choose some questions over others, and how that choice can guide your content plan. Here's a quick example. If someone just types rowing machine, that's too vague. The AI doesn't know what exactly they want. But if they ask, what's the most affordable rowing machine with Bluetooth tracking, that's a valuable question. It has intent, it's specific, and it matches content that a brand could easily provide. In AEO, you want to find questions that have a clear structure, match your product or service, and can be answered directly in one short paragraph or section on your site. Let's look at three key terms you need to know. First, answerable question, a clear query that lets AI give a direct answer. The clearer the wording, the more likely your content gets cited. Next, LLM coverage rate, how often AI already answers similar questions. A higher rate means demand and more chances to appear. Finally, answer intent, why the user asks this type of questions. Together, these terms measure question quality, choose targets, plan pages, and track visibility gains over time. In this lesson, you'll do three things. First, you'll spot the kinds of questions LLMs answer most: clear, specific, and often asked. Next, you'll sort questions by intent: informational, comparative, operational, and brand-based. Finally, you'll practice finding AEO-rich patterns, so you can choose winning questions and plan content that AIs are more likely to cite. Here's what AIs tend to prefer. First, clear structure. Questions that start with what, how, or which are easy to understand and answer. Second, a definable scope. The question should focus on one product, one category, or one decision, not everything at once. Third, high recurrence questions many people ask again and again. When your questions check these three boxes, AIs are far more likely to pick them up and include your brand in their answers. There are four AEO question types. First, informational. Asks for facts or definitions, like, what is answer engine optimization? Second, comparative. Weighs options, like, Frivana versus SEMrush, which is better for startups. Third, operational. Asks how to do a task, like, how to create an LLM-readable FAQ page. Fourth, brand-based. Names a product or brand like, does Frivana support LLMs.txt checks? In this lesson, you'll learn three things. First, what an answer graph is, and how it helps organize your AEO questions. Second, how to map relationships between questions, entities, and your content, so you can see how everything connects. And third, how to spot missing content opportunities. The gaps where your brand can create new pages or FAQs to get more AI visibility. Now that you know the types of questions, let's see what makes one strong for AEO. Not all questions are equal. AI prefers clear and focused ones. First, a clear structure, starting with what, how, or which. Second, a definable scope, focused on one product or topic. Third, high search recurrence, asked by many users. When your content targets these, your brand is more likely to be cited by AI. Now that you know what makes a strong question, let's see how they connect. An answer graph is a visual map that links related questions to your brand and topics. It helps you see which questions AI already answers, which ones your competitors own, and where your content gaps are. With this map, you can spot new opportunities to create content that gets your brand cited more often. Now that you know what an answer graph is, let's look at its key parts. Each answer node is a specific question in your graph. An entity link connects questions that mention the same brand, product, or topic. And an intent connection links questions that share the same user goal. Together, these connections help you see how users think and where your content can fill the gaps. You will now learn how to use Frivana to generate high-value questions. The Question Researcher tool will help you collect and produce at least 20 questions that reflect what real users are asking online and the ones you should not miss. Step 1. Click on the Run button. Then type in your brand or product website, characters or keywords related to your brand, like for Frivana it would be AEO, and the audience you want to speak to. Then, Frivana automatically opens a browser and searches for real user questions related to your brand or category. It collects questions and phrases not only from the top search results, the traditional 10 blue links, but also from the real-time People Also Ask and related searches sections. Frevana has a 20 million question database that reflects how real users think, speak, and search, making your AEO insights more accurate and human-centered. Step 3. Review the list of real user questions from our more than 20 million question database. People also ask and read it. This helps you see what users care about most and choose the right topics to focus your content on. There are 4 AEO question types. First, informational. Asks for facts or definitions, like, what is answer engine optimization? Second, comparative. Weighs options, like, Frevana versus SEMrush, which is better for startups. Third, operational. Asks how to do a task, like, how to create an LLM-readable FAQ page. Fourth, brand-based. Names a product or brand like, does Frevana support LLMs.txt checks?